Hi, Canva had its new Canva Create 2024 at the end of last week. And if you click 7 times on the For You, you could be one of the first 1 million people to get access to the new layout. I've clicked and I've gone through, and I'm now going to share my screen with you so I can go through all the new features that were announced in Canva Create. Let's go over to my screen and take a look. Here's the new layout. It does look slightly different. As you can see, I'm on the home area, and along here are all functions I use the most. Along down here, you can see I can either watch again the Canva Create introduction and click and see what's new here, or I can see what's changed along here. And I thought I'd go into these with you and explore them. I haven't even had a chance to look at them myself. I thought I'd share them with you straight away. Let's click on the updates to Doc first. It says there are 5 updates to Doc. Try one-click formatting shortcuts. Highlight this text on the toolbar, and then you have a choice of doing H1 or H2, which is changing the headings. Let's click on H2, and this has now gone to a heading. It's picked up the headings from my brand kit, which is fantastic. I click here, it'll go back to H1. Brilliant, really simple. It's very much like a Word document or a website if you've ever changed the details on that. Let's go to the second one. This is where you can change the voice. So if I press play, let's see how it works. And this is Jason reviewing this. So I hope you can see this. We're going to change the voice. And you can see you've got my voice, which you can set in your brand kit. And I have a Teams account, so I have access to those features. If I go through it again, you'll just see exactly what happened. It's highlighted. Apart from changing it to your voice, you can have a more fun, a more formal, or try your own brand voice. That's great. Really simple to do. And again, I like these instructions that come up, but having to go and hit file and search for it. Let's try the third one. It says highlight the text below and click magic right and select more formal. I'll click on magic right. You can see I can continue writing, shorten it, improve it, change the voice, which is add a new voice, fix spelling. I often need that. Make it more fun, make it more formal. Let's set to make it more formal. Then go click more formal. I'm leaving all this in real time so you can see how long it takes. But also, please remember, I am recording at the same time, which does slow the whole thing up. But it's still working. Let's try something else. So let's see how this one works, which is suggesting. This is another team member making a comment, and then you can see the comment going on. Play that again so you won't miss it. Then you can see that Jason is the owner of the design, and Christian is making the corrections. He's changing understanding for view, and then that's corrected it, and Django seems to be able to approve it, and then it's clicked. So that's a very good way of working with a team. The magic right seems to be moment. Let me refresh my screen and see whether I can get it to work then. As with all these things, could be my internet, or it could just be Canva having to adjust because this is in the very early stages of the new Create features. And what it's just to be doing, so that it ticks below and click magic right, and then we'll click more formal and see whether it works this time. As you see, you may have to be patient with some of these new features, but this time it's worked perfectly. That's great. It has definitely picked up some of the corrections. That was fantastic. Now let's go to this one with the editing. Click editing in the toolbar. We click on it here, and you can then click on suggesting, which is proposed changes, as opposed to just automatically making changes. The suggesting mode has now been enabled. In suggesting mode, any changes you make will appear here as suggestions. if I decide that I'm going to change this, then you can see it's now coming up as what I think it should be. That's the first one. Then that needs to be changed. Dedicated. And the correct delivery as well. Nope, if I corrected it correctly. And you can see these are my suggestions that come up on the side comments bar. And then it can be approved or not approved, accept the suggestion by clicking here. There's the other options. Delete to copy link, and I added a space just now. Click on that one. And we have the option of going back and looking at these. I'll accept that one. And I'll accept that too. And now it's clear. That was easy. Another new feature to try on Docs, page breaks. Very useful and very simple to use. The looks of it. Let's just try this. Click here. And you've got the plus button. That couldn't be easier. Just click that. And then it's going to give me the option of a page break, which is new. And you can see it's split into 2 different pages. Fantastic. And now it says try columns. Add a column below this table. Let's click on there. Click on elements. And here you can see columns. And it gives you the options for different columns. If I click on see all, you can see all the basic column types that I could have. And this is great. It makes it much easier to lay out documents. So I'm going to go for this one. And now you can see the space I've got and the columns within them. That's a really quick way to add columns. You need to find your way and get your head around some of these things. But once you do, they're really brilliant. That's the first change. Back to Canva Home. Let's look at templates and apps. Templates and apps help you shine. Let's have a look through these. Start inspired on the template. Go to the design tab, drag and drop a template on the page. Click replace current page. Work to the design tab. And I could choose any of these templates to brainstorm. That gives me the option of replacing current page. Let's undo that because I don't want to do it. This is just showing how easy it is to move from one to the other. This layout is much clearer and gives you a lot more space on the canvas, which is great because you don't have all the bits in between that you used to get. And that says to go to the Elements tab, search for birthday candles. And here you have all these candles. And drag the candles to top a cake. Let's see all. I really like these. Just shrink this down. Get those a little smaller. Drop them down. Now I've added candles. I'm back to my full screen again, which is great. I go back to Elements. Scroll down, go to Videos, and search artist. Let's see what we get. An artist at work. And then drag the video, the frame. And there's my video frame. Let's close this down. Again, I get my nice big screen back. Click on the image. Go to the Apps tab, which is down on the left. And then search for Easy Reflections. This is one I haven't tried before. And here it comes out. Easy Barcode, Easy Reflections. Lots of easy ones. Click Easy Reflections. Then I just need to create the reflection. And this is what reflection is going to look like in water. I can offset it different ways and then add it to the design. I'm just going to go straight forward and add it to the design. Let's try it to the right of the design. You can see how you can add it in the water. That looks better. I know that's not a proper reflection, but you get the idea. You need to practice for some of these apps. And then there's some more pixelate images, add texture to images. And I have demoed some of these before, so I'll put the links, the ones that I've already demoed, in the description on this video. You can follow them from there. Create gradient text I've done as well. And then you can have a presenter And I won't do that now. I'll do a separate video on that. Otherwise, we'll be here all day with this. But you can just see how easy it is to use the new screens. And the fact that it gives you the whole screen and you can move backwards and forwards. And if I want to make it larger, it is great. Let me go back to home. And what's new in Glow Up? And this is what Canva called Create was Glow Up. It said meet your Glow Up editor, explore the editor, everything you know, and love with a whole new look and feel. Looks good, off the Glow Up, looks better. And getting rid of this big black bar, which we used to have down the side, makes it so much easier to see exactly what you're doing. I definitely get how much better this looks. And it says now the same editor you know and love has had a number of little refinements that make designing faster and more efficient. It really does look good. More space to play with, which we looked for in terms of elements, and the elements just coming out, which makes it a lot easier. Smarter toolbar. Trying animate can work much better. More editing options. You can add filters or effects. AI, which you already know if you've seen the Magic Studio videos I've done. You'll see how you can use the power of AI, things like Magic Grab and being able to move your astronaut onto the moon. I won't draw these. You can play with them yourself when you get this. Find the rubber ducky, either way over there. I can make a comment about it. Click that, and then click the comment item. They're fantastic details. And because the screen is so much bigger, it's easier to move and change. When I was doing videos before, I would always have to forget to close this down. But now it just closes down automatically, which is great. A number of smaller changes, but they make it much better and more personalized. And this editing up here is really useful because you don't have to go and search for everything. And then you can star your favorites. You can create a space that's uniquely yours with everything on hand. Customize your homepage by starring your most important designs, folders, and brand templates and organize them with custom sections. And I'll do a demo on that later as well. Let's go back again to home and guide to teamwork. This is only really going to be relevant if you have Pro or an enterprise size. What do you love about your team? Drag and drop pictures into the frames to represent your team members. Add your team name, invite your team to share. And this is using whiteboards. If you've used whiteboards, it has got some new features. I hope you'll manage to be on the first million to sign up so you can get the new Load Up Canva. But if not, you'll know what's coming, and it will be coming to you soon. I'm just showing you the magic of Canva and Canva Create. Lots of little things that have changed, but they will make such a difference to your Canva experience. And as you can see, I was the 425th person to try. It's been brilliant. That was just a quick introduction to the new look and feel of Canva that was announced last week at Canva Create 2024. I hope you found that useful, and I'll catch up with you next week.